welcome to Chef Zone. My name is Joy Goto and I'm the marketing coordinator. Before we get started, we have some housekeeping announcements. Restrooms are outside these doors and to the left. We will be filming this evening's session. And if you folks would like to post on your own social channels, we encourage you to tag at ChefZoneHI. We will be sending a survey to you via email tomorrow, and we would appreciate your feedback. We're really excited for this evening. This is our final session of this series of cooking sessions with Chef Alan Wong. This series features local products you can find here at Chef Zone. Tonight's featured ingredient is fish, a local protein staple. And you'll be able to take home 4 4-ounce frozen fillets of mahi-mahi that we carry here at Chef Zone that you can prepare at home. Chef Alan Wong is one of the founders of the Hawaii Regional Cuisine Movement, a James Beard Award winner for Best Chef Northwest, and his former restaurant, Alan Wong's Restaurant, has won numerous accolades, including the 10-time winner of Honolulu Magazine's Haliaina Restaurant of the Year. Helping Chef Alan this evening is his right-hand person, Lee Ito. Lee has worked with Chef for more than 20 years. Yes, give her a round of applause. She is amazing. She's awesome. Also, we have 2 culinary students from KCC who are recipients of the Russell J. Hata Scholarship Program, Lily Yamamoto and Lauren Harita, who will also be assisting Chef this evening. We also have Grant Yamada. He's a customer service associate. He used to work at the Pineapple Room. And we also have Brent Yamada. No relation? No? He's a sales specialist here. Tonight, Chef Alan will be preparing French-inspired dishes with his own spin, mahi-mahi a la Doria, and another dish with a la nage, tilapia a la nage, yes.
Yeah, put it on the plate.
And then let's get started. Chef Alan, take it away. Thank you.
That's mahi-mahi, right? Don't say anything, yeah? Good evening, aloha. I have cucumbers here, sliced cucumbers, okay? Now, we got this nice Japanese mandolin that you can slice to produce real uniform pieces, okay? Kosher salt. So, what I do is I massage the salt inside, okay? Now, the Japanese have a couple of pickles. A quick tsukimono usually refers to salt, and quick tsunomono, which is a pickled, usually referred to vinegar. Okay? So, I'm just working the salt in. Now, this could be Chinese cabbage, this could be head cabbage, this could be almost a mustard cabbage. Okay? Now, because eventually I'm going to be like massaging it. Okay, if I did this right now, it's still kind of hard. What the salt's going to do is make it soft. Because I'm kind of bruising it, it takes in the salt quicker. And so I do not add a lot of salt. I add less salt because it's going to go in. It's almost like I'm bruising the cell structure and now it's surrendering and sucking in the salt. These are Japanese cucumbers. Okay. In a traditional tsukimono, they would do something similar where they salt the vegetable, the cucumber, and it's about fermenting it, leaving it out so that it starts to ferment and gets sour. Okay. They make kimchi the same way. They salt their cabbage first. Okay. They get rid of the water. By the way, if you have any questions, just stop me and ask me a question, okay? Mahi-mahi, Doria. Okay, what it's going to end up being is mahi-mahi with cucumber tsukimono and a gochujang sauce. Okay? And I'll tell you, the fish is going to end up looking like fish jun. Okay? Even though if you go to Korea, you might be hard-pressed to find fish jun. No more. Okay? Alright? Just like you cannot find teriyaki beef in Japan. Because that's what I had. Now, I took a slice of mai, I seasoned it with a little salt, then I dredged it in flour. Okay? And in the egg is nori or green onion. You can put nothing if you like. Okay? Sesame oil, chili flakes, Chinese parsley. Okay? Uh, you can put hot sauce, Tabasco, gochujang sauce, anything you like inside here. Okay? So, I know you cannot see this one. Yeah. But you have to think of this as a pancake griddle. I've been using avocado oil. Okay, here's another trick. Can you see that? Now, the reason why you're protecting the protein is because these eggs, they cook like this. If you have the right heat on the pancake griddle, it gets brown. It gets brown, and then you take them off, right? Then when you get all of them brown, depends how big your family you get, stick them in the oven. They cook all at the same time. Okay? Now, I got it brown. It cooks as fast as an omelet would, but the inside is still raw. Okay? So, depending on what kind of fish you're dealing with, you had one smelling kind of thing so far. So I have a few tricks on what I call de-stinking the fish. Sound gross, eh? Okay. I should say there are ways to make the fish not smell as fishy. Okay. You buy it from the store, it's fresh, but you open the pack and you go like, you smell a little bit. Okay. So the first easy one, lemon juice. Second one, sake. Okay. Third one, white wine. It's a wash. You put them all in a bowl, you squeeze them on top, you do like this, and you rinse them. Okay? If not rinse them, just pat them dry. So can you see this, how it has kind of melted? This is the quick tsukemono. Okay? Salt. Okay, so very simply, that's the first dish. Okay? So I hope you find the fish moist on the inside. This is about protect the protein. Okay? Because we went with the egg versus panko or anything else, I went with it, reminds me of June. So I did the gochujang sauce, an easy one. Okay? And the kimchi is not spicy, it's just salted. Now, the next dish can be easy and can be complicated. Okay? Because nage simply means to swim, literally. So if you get a dish, you order something a la nage, it usually refers to a broth as the sauce or something liquid versus something thick. Okay? A la nage, to swim. So you're in a broth. Okay? Or you're in something close to a broth, slightly thicker than a broth. Okay? So while you are eating there, I have my hondashi here. I'm going to do two versions. One is with the kuzu, I'm going to add that to this. Okay? And if this sauce is intimidating for you at home, I suggest you do this. And if you don't have this, just use cornstarch. Almost every house has cornstarch, huh? Okay, now, if I had another page here, it would be called liquid. Because you can do this with water. You can do this with canned chicken broth. You can do this with any kind of liquid you have. You can use leftover miso soup if you like. Okay? So this hondashi water, I'm just going to add a little bit of kuzu. Okay? Really little bit. Now, does everybody know what a beurre blanc is, a butter sauce? The original version never had cream, heavy cream. But now a lot of cooks cheat, they add heavy cream to it. Heavy cream is a stabilizer. This kuzu is a stabilizer. Okay? Stabilizer for what? So it doesn't break. Because when you overheat butter, it will separate. Okay? So that's done. Cool. This is too high tech for me. Okay, if you can see, it is hondashi, very lightly thickened. I mean, so light, you can hardly tell. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this to start to show you how easy it can be. Secret to French cooking. Okay? It's about 1 tablespoon butter. Okay? So I'm going to show you the easy way and the more difficult way. Okay? Now, this is halfway there. Okay? Now, butter is a fat. Okay? A compound butter is simply butter and one thing. Garlic butter is a compound butter. Lemon butter is lemon and butter. It's a compound butter. Lemon garlic butter is a compound butter. Miso butter is miso butter, compound butter. Okay? So, first time I put butter. If I add more butter to this, it's done. Okay? To your fish dish. But we made a compound butter. This is a homemade truffle butter. Okay? So you can put as much or as little as you want. Can you see this? This is a fillet of tilapia. I have my homemade ramen broth in it. I have a tablespoon of butter. Okay? Now, I'm going to have two things going on because this pan no cook over here. I got to go over here. Okay? Really, come watch this. Give me another pan to cover this. Okay, I have an empty pot. I have my homemade Siamese broth. Okay? You know, I'm calling this Siamese broth on purpose. So can you see this? The fish with its juices. See how fluid that sauce is? On the side, there will be maitake mushrooms. Okay? Maitake, if you look it up, is very healthy for you. In fact, one tea is simply maitake mushrooms and hot water, maitake tea. So, I'm going to show you how I learned ceviche in Peru. Okay, with the hamachi that you find here. Okay, so this is hamachi, and I already cut it thin already. But I took an extra step. This is called kombu jime. Okay? You can see? Okay? So I took a piece of kombu, I sprinkled it, I just made it wet with a little bit of sake. Little bit wet. I put the fish on here, and I covered it, okay? And I stuck it in 24 hours. And when I took it off, it's all sticky. Okay? Kombu is naturally sticky. So what I'm doing is, the American word would be wicking. Okay? So if you ever bought a golf shirt and it says wicking, it absorbs the moisture from your body. This is taking moisture from the fish. So when you're taking moisture from the fish, the protein is changing. You know, like miso yaki butterfish. It goes through this miso marination for at least 3-4 days. It's wicking. It's taking the moisture from the fish. It's altering the protein, altering the muscle structure of the fish. Miso yaki butterfish is firm. The water came out. If it wasn't firm, it's not miso yaki butterfish. It's just codfish with sauce. Okay? So this is what kombu does. And it imparts a flavor. If you're going to serve sashimi, try this. Of course, it depends on how thick you cut the fish. Okay? I have marinated ahi for 6 days. So if you cut it this thin, this is overnight, I can see that it's different than yesterday. Okay? This is komujime. Okay, I leave that here. It's fucking not on, eh? Okay. Alright. So I grew up not liking ceviche because the ceviche was always overcooked, over marinated for me. So I didn't know about there's different kinds of ceviche all over the world. Okay, I'm gonna add salt first. And I always salt the fish even when I'm making poke. Anything raw, I always salt, okay? And I salt ahead of time, and I want it to melt onto the fish. Now because this is kombu jime, I'm not gonna add the full amount of salt. This is kosher salt. It's not Morton's table salt, so it's gonna take a little while to release. It's a little bigger crystal than Morton's table salt. Okay? I can always add more, I cannot take away. Alright? So what happened in Peru is the Chinese and the Japanese came. So what happens when the Japanese come and their national dish is ceviche? They start messing with it, adding like ginger and soy sauce and whatnot. Okay? And they start serving it sashimi, and their marination is less than a minute. It is still sashimi with a washing of lime juice. Okay? When you eat it, it eats like sashimi. And the reason why I didn't like it was because it was fully cooked, it was hard, it was rubbery. But I get it now. If you live in poor conditions and no refrigeration, you want to marinate this fully because you want to kill everything. Okay? But we have great fish here. You can do this technique and still call it ceviche. Okay, now what makes Peruvian ceviche a Peruvian ceviche is the Peruvian limes. It's the Peruvian chilies. It's the Peruvian red onions. They're different. Okay? So this is freshly squeezed lime juice. Okay? Can always add more. Now they add a fish stock. Okay? This is my fish stock, which is the Hondashi wara. Okay? Now, if you see on the menu AJI, you pronounce it ahi, like the fish ahi. And what that means in Peru, in South America, is chili. So if you see ají amarillo, amarillo literally means yellow. It's a yellow chili. Ají rocoto, it's a red chili. Okay? This is ají chef zone. I think this is a Thai chili. Okay? That's really hot. Okay? Uh, time me. How many seconds does bugger get lime juice? Okay? Time me. This is chef's own limes. Okay. When working with cilantro, to me, the stems have more flavor than the leaves. Okay? So I like to add that in here. I'm cutting it about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Okay? Because this is what you're going to bite on. This is the cilantro. Okay? I do have some leaves. Please open that, please. It's a coarse chop. Okay? Now, besides salt, this is it. How many seconds was that? In the lime juice? Not white yet, huh? Maybe a little bit, huh? Okay. So it might need more. More lime juice. More fish stock. And more chilies. Okay. While we at it, I'm gonna add the big green onion. A lot of times when I do something and somebody asks me, oh, what made you do that? And I tell them, because it was there. Okay? Do me a favor, sprinkle some salt for me. Salt. Okay. I asked her to put the salt because my hands are wet. Okay, so now, I don't know if you can see this, but on the bottom of the bowl is this liquid. Okay, now the juices from the fish is going in, the lime juice is getting along with the fish, and the fish stock is coming along for the ride. Okay, they call this leche de tigre. Okay, leche is milk, tiger's milk. Okay, so now, leche de tigre, tigre, tiger, tiger's milk. If you collect this, this is the best for hangover the next day. Okay? Now, what happens if, Grant, can you take this away? This board? Please, thank you. Can you lay the plates out here? Lay the plates out here. Lauren, can you take this, please? Take this. No? So, okay, this is a granate. This is like shave ice, but it's coarse. Okay, Lily, you want to scrape this up a little bit. So what I did was I blended a red onion, these same chilies, lime juice, a little salt, and cilantro. I came up with this purple liquid. We put them in a pan, we froze it, and every once in a while, Lily would go shave it with a fork. Okay? Now, what I'm trying to get at is this liquid here is leche de tigre. I can make this leche de tigre. I can make passion fruit leche de tigre, coconut, ume, okay, by blending all these ingredients. The only thing it would not have, well, I can add the fish stock. So I can make something and add the sauce. Okay? So, Lily, you want to get your sweet potatoes out? Usually the garnish is sweet potatoes and corn, choclos. Okay? The sweet potato is there because when you get that sting from the chili, sweet potato is there to like kind of mute that. Same with the choclos. Choclos are very big pieces of corn. Okay? Garnish with the sweet potato, please. Somebody. Okay. And then chips on the side. Okay, can you see what I just did? Okay, I took slices of hamachi and I rolled it up. So this is what I was trying to tell you, okay? Then I poured the leche de tigre on the plate. This fish has not been marinated in that. Okay? So now, in Peru, when you cut sashimi and lay it flat on the plate, the fancy word is tiradito. Okay? Tiradito is like sashimi laying flat. And it's not marinated. It has a sauce. Ceviche can be sashimi cut or chunks. How thick you cut it is how fast everything goes in and how much sticks on it. If it was thicker, you're getting meatier fish. You're getting less of everything else. Now, if you like that, that's okay. That's like a chunk. Okay? This one, I roll up the fish. It has a sweet potato on it. And I poured the juices of leche de tigre on top of these. Okay? Now, this is kind of like my style. Are we ready to go? Okay. I add this. Okay? It can be a different flavor each time. But I add this to poke. I add this to ceviche because it's frozen. It keeps everything cold. And this is an added heat element. Okay? Snow. Okay, this should go out now. Serve it. Go, serve it. I'll answer that in a minute, okay? Yes. You see how much I put on top? Okay, give them. Okay, what was your question? Huh? Okay, blender. About 2 cups water. 1 round onion. Okay, about quarter bunch cilantro. A good handful of red chili peppers. Salt. Lime juice, maybe a quarter cup. Blended it. Make sure it tasted good. Okay, then I froze it in a pan flat so it freezes quicker versus something deeper, yeah? Okay. See? Shrimpos. All right, let's put the fish in the bowl. And there you have fish soup, the French way. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I'll be around for any more questions, but thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming again. Okay? Hope to see you again.